Hey guys, EB here. Before I begin with this video, I'm gonna let you guys know that I'm gonna start calling myself EB from now on. It's because that I think the original master sounds pretty misleading. It's because that most of my videos kind of are my own works, but I just don't like to call myself EB the original master. But my username will still be the same. I'm just not gonna call myself that in the videos. So if you guys want to call me by my full username, that's fine. But I'm going to try to call myself EB from now on in these videos. So today I'm here to talk about a discussion that I really just don't understand the meaning, and it's the term that lots of people have been calling Nintendo games lately unfinished. And the reason why I am making this discussion is because that I honestly just don't get the whole meaning from the word unfinished, quote unquote unfinished. And yeah, so basically what the term unfinished means is that Nintendo is releasing games that doesn't have the amount of content that people were expecting the game to contain, and they're comparing some of Nintendo's older games to their most recent titles. So, examples of unfinished games that people claim to be are games like Super Mario Party, Mario Tennis Aces, Kirby Star Allies, etc. And those are games that people have played and found out that there's like no content in the game. Now, the reason why I am not a big fan of the word unfinished is because it seems that people are not happy with the results of the game that they purchased, and they expect that Nintendo could do better. Now, for my opinion about this is that I am open to criticism to Nintendo. I have been kind of giving Nintendo credit with their games lately, but that's just the way how I see it. I think what people should do is that when they first see the game, like if they do like a first impressions video, they should think about before going ahead and spending their money on the game, is because that if they buy the game um after their first impressions and they get kind of bored from the game, then I think it's kind of the consumer's fault for buying the game in the first place, is because that their opinions on the game hasn't finally met their expectations. Because if you're going to go and buy a game that you're not satisfied with, then I kind of think it's the consumer's fault and not Nintendo's fault. Is because I do see that Nintendo is trying to make their games as high quality as possible. And I think at this point, people are just wanting Nintendo to be the same company as they were back then, by making games with lots of content. There's lots of things to do in the games, etc. And I honestly think that people's expectations should just end. Is because if you expect things within life, then that's not how it's going to be. I think Nintendo is coming up as a different company now. I think the reason why they have been releasing these quote unquote unfinished games is because I think that they are proud of what they have came up with for those games, and the consumers aren't pleased with the things that Nintendo has added to the games. So for my best bet, I suggest you guys should only purchase the game if your opinions has been satisfied. Because if you end up buying the game, playing it for a little while, and finding out that it's kind of boring, then I really can't blame Nintendo on that. It's because that they are the developers of these games. They know what's best for them and best for the consumers. And I think the consumers should just spend their money wisely instead of just wasting it on things. I can agree that some of the prices of the games are way too high, such as their Wii U ports. I do think the Wii U ports should be a little bit less, like $30 or $40 instead of $60. I think that's one thing that I think Nintendo should do, is to lower their prices of their ports of the Wii U games coming to Switch. I think they should do that. And I honestly think that people should just stop calling a game unfinished just because that their expectations isn't met or needed, is because that's just my form of criticism stating that I just do not like the term unfinished. I think unfinished, in my opinion, means is that Nintendo has nothing to show. They are still in the development process of their games, and people are just not happy that the things that they're getting. And I think people should just appreciate for what they are given instead of what to be expected, because that's how life is, and that's how what people should understand. So please, if you guys use the term unfinished, I could agree with your opinions, but I just am really not a big fan of that word, unfinished. I think it's a very big term, and I do think the word unfinished means is that Nintendo has either yet have nothing to show of the game, they're still in development process, and yeah, I still think Nintendo's a great company. I still think they do produce high quality games, and I wish for the best of them in the future. So that's all I want to discuss for this video. I don't want this video to be way too long, like 20 minutes. Is because that I honestly don't see why this video should be 20 minutes. Is because that I honestly don't have anything else to say. Like, there's really nothing else to say about this topic. So, anyways, thank you guys for watching. What are your thoughts about the term unfinished? Please drop a comment down below, and I'll see you guys next time with more videos.